Have you ever felt confident one minute and then completely insecure the next? And nothing in your life actually changed except what you saw on your phone. Someone else's success, someone else's relationship, someone else's life, and suddenly you feel like you're behind. Not enough, not where you should be. So here's the question. Why does comparison have that much power over us? Comparison feels small, almost harmless, but it's doing something deeper than you realize. It's shifting your focus from your life to someone else's life. And the problem is this. You're comparing your real life to their highlight reel. You don't see their struggles, their doubts, their behind the scenes moments. So the comparison is never really fair. Here's why comparison always destroys confidence. Because no matter what, you lose. If you feel like you're doing worse, you feel insecure. If you feel like you're doing better, you feel prideful. And either way, comparison pulls you out of who you're supposed to be. And that's exactly why the Bible warns about it. In 2 Corinthians 10:12, it says, "When they measure themselves by themselves and compare themselves with themselves, they are not wise." Comparison is not just a habit, it's an identity issue. Because when you don't fully know who you are, you start looking at other people to figure it out. You measure your worth based on how you look compared to them, what you've achieved compared to them, where you are in life compared to them. But here's the problem. You were never created to be them. God didn't create you to compete with someone else's life. He created you with purpose, on purpose, and for a purpose. In Psalm 139:14, it says, "You are fearfully and wonderfully made." That means your life is not random. Your design is not an accident. Your path is not meant to match someone else's. So when you compare, you step out of alignment with your own purpose. Comparison doesn't just affect your confidence, it actually steals things from you. It steals your joy because you can't celebrate your life while wishing you had someone else's. It steals your peace because you constantly feel behind. It steals your focus because instead of building your life, you're distracted by someone else's. So, how do you actually break free from comparison? First of all, you got to recognize it. Pay attention to when it happens. Second, shift your focus. Instead of asking, how do I measure up to them, ask, am I becoming who God created me to be? And then third, you need to anchor your identity. Your worth is not based on comparison. It's based on who God says you are. So why does comparison destroy your confidence? Because it pulls you away from your identity. And when you lose sight of who you are, you lose confidence. But when you focus on who God created you to be, you stop competing and you start becoming. So if you're exploring questions about identity, confidence, and faith, subscribe and drop your questions below. I'd love to keep having these conversations with you because your life was never meant to be compared. Your life was meant to be lived.